Hello and welcome. Our world, this magnificent, sprawling sphere of life, is brimming with wonders. Many are famous, their images etched into our collective memory. But beyond the well-trodden paths, there exist corners of our planet so extraordinary, so untouched, that they seem to belong to another realm entirely. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey not to the familiar but to the clandestine. We will venture to 7 secret destinations, places of such staggering beauty and unique character that they have remained, for the most part, whispered secrets among the most intrepid of travelers. These are not the destinations you will find on the cover of every travel magazine. They are nature's private galleries, her most daring experiments in artistry and design. Our first destination. Our first destination lies in the heart of the tempestuous North Atlantic, a remote archipelago suspended between Iceland and Norway. These are the Faroe Islands, a world forged by volcanic fire and sculpted by the relentless power of the ocean. Here, the land does not simply meet the sea, it confronts it. Towering cliffs draped in the most vibrant emerald green plummet hundreds of meters into the churning cobalt blue waters below. Waterfalls born from the ever-present mist and rain cascade directly from cliff edges into the sea, a sight so surreal it seems to defy logic. Villages, with their iconic turf-roofed houses, huddled together in sheltered bays and fjords. Here one can find puffins, those wonderfully charismatic seabirds nesting in their thousands along the cliff faces. Watching them launch themselves into the wind, soaring over the waves, is to witness a small but perfect miracle of adaptation. Or the astonishing sight of a lake, Sorvagsvatn, appearing to hover impossibly high above the ocean. This optical illusion is a perfect metaphor for the Faroes themselves, a place where the unbelievable becomes reality. From the cool green climes of the North Atlantic, our journey now takes us to the searing heat of East Africa's Great Rift Valley. Here, nestled in the shadow of the volcano Olduino Lengai, lies a body of water so strange, so otherworldly, that it seems to have been painted onto the earth by an abstract artist. This is Lake Natron, a place of stark, terrifying beauty, and one of the most inhospitable environments on the planet. The lake's most striking feature is its color. The water is a startling, vibrant shade of red, a crimson stain upon the arid landscape. The shoreline is a ghostly gallery. Animals that are not adapted to these conditions and happen to perish in the lake are calcified by its unique chemical composition. They are preserved in time, turned into eerie, stone-like statues, their forms perfectly intact. And yet, in this seemingly lethal environment, life finds a way to flourish in the most spectacular fashion. Lake Natron is the single most important breeding ground in the world for the lesser flamingo. Over 2 million of these elegant birds flock here to nest and raise their young, creating one of nature's greatest congregations. They build their nests on small islands of mud that rise from the saline flats, creating a fortress that protects their chicks from predators. It is an extraordinary display of life's tenacity in the face of extreme adversity. We now travel to the driest place on Earth, the Atacama Desert in southern Peru. In this vast ocean of sand, where rain is almost a forgotten memory, a miracle occurs. Here, surrounded by colossal dunes that rise like golden waves frozen in time, lies a tiny, perfect oasis. This is Huacachina, a legendary lagoon, a splash of impossible green and blue in a world of ochre and gold. A small, tranquil body of water, fringed with lush palm trees and verdant vegetation, sits cupped in the palm of the desert's hand. It feels like a mirage, a dream made real. The village of Huacachina, a small collection of rustic hotels and restaurants, clings to the lagoon's edge. It has an atmosphere of relaxed, bohemian charm, a haven for travelers seeking both serenity and adventure. But as the sun begins to dip lower, the dunes themselves come alive. This is a playground for the adventurous spirit. Specially designed dune buggies, powerful and rugged, roar to life, ready to offer a thrilling ride across the immense undulating landscape. For another kind of thrill, there is sandboarding. Whether you are an expert carving graceful turns or a novice tumbling gleefully through the soft sand, it is an exhilarating experience. As night falls, a different kind of magic descends upon Huacachina. The desert sky, free from the light pollution of major cities, reveals its full glory. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a celestial river, and countless stars glitter with an intensity rarely seen. Our journey now takes a dramatic turn, leading us far north, beyond the Arctic Circle, to a place of stark and silent beauty. We arrive in Svalbard, a Norwegian archipelago situated midway between mainland Norway and the North Pole. This is one of the world's northernmost inhabited areas, a high Arctic wilderness where ice, rock, and sky dominate the landscape. Here there are more polar bears than people, a fact that really underscores the wild, untamed nature of this place. The polar bear, the undisputed king of the Arctic, roams these vast, icy territories. To witness one in its natural habitat, a magnificent predator perfectly adapted to its frozen world, is a humbling and deeply moving experience. The landscape is defined by glaciers. These colossal rivers of ice have carved the mountains into sharp, jagged peaks known as nunataks that pierce the sky. The sound of a glacier calving, when a huge chunk of ice breaks off and thunders into the fjord below, is an awesome and visceral display of nature's raw power. Svalbard experiences extreme variations in daylight. In summer, the midnight sun circles the sky for 24 hours a day, bathing the landscape in a soft, ethereal light that never fades. This perpetual daylight creates a strange, dreamlike state. Conversely, the winter brings the polar night, months of complete darkness where the only natural light comes from the moon, the stars, and the mesmerizing, dancing curtains of the aurora borealis. To stand in the frozen silence of the Arctic night and watch as waves of green, pink, and violet light shimmer and flow across the sky is an experience that borders on the spiritual. Human life here is concentrated in a few small settlements, the largest of which is Longyearbyen. Colorful wooden houses stand in stark contrast to the white landscape. Here it is mandatory to carry a rifle when leaving the town limits, a constant reminder that you are a guest in the kingdom of the polar bear. We leave the icy monochromes of the Arctic and travel to the heart of China, to the Min Mountains of Sichuan province. Here, tucked away in a remote valley, is a place so beautiful, so vibrantly colored, that it is known as a fairyland. This is Jiuzhaigou Valley, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a masterpiece of water and light. The defining feature of Jiuzhaigou is its water. A series of multi-leveled lakes, connected by cascading waterfalls, flow through the valley. But these are no ordinary lakes. Their waters are crystal clear, so transparent that the trunks of ancient fallen trees are perfectly visible on the lake beds, looking as though they fell only yesterday. The lakes shimmer in a dazzling palette of blues and greens, from the deepest sapphire to the most delicate turquoise and emerald. Names like Five Flower Lake and Five Color Pond only begin to describe the kaleidoscope of hues that greet the eye. Connecting these jeweled lakes are some of the most beautiful waterfalls in the world. The Nuerlang Falls, a broad curtain of water, thunders over a cliff edge, while the Pearl Shoal waterfall cascades over a gentle terraced slope, the water drops glistening like pearls in the sunlight. But it is in autumn that the valley puts on its most spectacular show. The leaves of the maple and birch trees turn fiery shades of red, orange, and gold, their colors reflected perfectly in the placid turquoise waters below. The combination of colorful foliage and colorful lakes creates a scene of almost unbelievable beauty. Even in winter, Jiuzhaigou possesses a unique charm. The waterfalls freeze into spectacular ice sculptures, great chandeliers of crystal hanging from the cliffs. The valley is sacred to the Tibetan and Chiang peoples who live here. Their traditional villages, with their distinctive architecture and colorful prayer flags fluttering in the breeze, are an integral part of the landscape. Their culture and beliefs are deeply intertwined with the mountains and waters of the valley, which they consider to be holy. To walk the wooden boardwalks that meander through Jiuzhaigou Valley is to feel as though you have stepped into a traditional Chinese landscape painting. Every view is perfectly composed, every element in harmony with the next. It is a place that seems too perfect, too beautiful to be real. Our journey now takes us to a place so isolated, so unique, that it is often described as the most alien-looking place on Earth. We are in the Indian Ocean, some 240 kilometers east of the Horn of Africa. This is the island of Socotra, part of an archipelago belonging to Yemen. Having broken off from the supercontinent of Gondwana millions of years ago, its long isolation has allowed for the evolution of a flora and fauna that is found nowhere else. Socotra is a living laboratory of evolution. Over a third of its plant life is endemic, meaning it cannot be found anywhere else on the planet. The most famous of these botanical wonders is the dragon's blood tree. With its strange umbrella-shaped canopy and thick, gnarled trunk, it looks like something from another world, or a prehistoric era. The tree gets its name from the crimson-red sap it produces, a resin that has been prized since antiquity for its use as a dye and medicine. Another of Socotra's botanical oddities is the desert rose, or bottle tree. Its trunk is grotesquely swollen at the base, giving it the appearance of a bottle, and it serves as a reservoir for water. In the flowering season, this strange, bloated trunk erupts in a riot of beautiful pink flowers, a startling contrast between its form and its delicate blossoms. The landscape of Socotra is as varied as it is strange. There are pristine white sand beaches that stretch for miles, lapped by turquoise waters. Inland, a network of deep canyons and caves cuts through the limestone plateaus, some containing vast chambers and underground rivers. And rising above it all are the jagged peaks of the Hajir Mountains, often shrouded in mist, providing a cooler, wetter habitat for the island's unique life. The Socotri people have a distinct culture and language, one that predates Arabic. They have lived in relative isolation for centuries, their lives deeply connected to the unique environment of their island home. Their traditional knowledge of the island's plants and their uses is vast, a cultural heritage as precious as the biodiversity it describes. For our final destination, we dive beneath the waves into the planet's richest marine ecosystem. We travel to the far eastern reaches of Indonesia to an archipelago of over 1,500 jungle-clad islands and cays. This is Raja Ampat, the Four Kings. It lies at the very heart of the Coral Triangle, an area recognized as the global center of marine biodiversity. What we find here is nothing short of a subaquatic paradise. The sheer abundance and diversity of life is staggering. Scientists have recorded more species of fish, coral, and mollusks here than anywhere else on Earth. The coral reefs are the foundation of this vibrant world. They are not the bleached, struggling reefs seen in many parts of the world, but thriving, kaleidoscopic gardens of unimaginable beauty. To dip your head beneath the surface here is to enter another dimension. Schools of fish, numbering in the thousands, move as one shimmering entity. Brightly colored parrotfish crunch on coral, while tiny jewel-like damselfish dart in and out of the protective arms of anemones. Larger creatures also patrol these reefs. Majestic manta rays with wingspans of several meters glide effortlessly through the water, their movements a graceful ballet. The islands themselves are spectacular. They are classic karstic formations, steep-sided limestone islands covered in dense emerald jungle, rising dramatically from the turquoise sea. The iconic view from the top of Pianamo Island reveals a breathtaking seascape of these mushroom-shaped islets scattered across the water. Hidden lagoons, accessible only through narrow channels or caves, offer secluded sanctuaries of calm, clear water. Exploring Raja Ampat is often done by live-aboard boat, allowing for immersion in this remote wilderness. Days are spent diving or snorkeling in different locations, each offering a new marvel. Evenings are spent under a canopy of stars, far from any city lights, listening to the gentle sounds of the jungle and the sea. And so, our journey to the planet's secret corners comes to an end. From the mythical cliffs of the Faroe Islands to the vibrant underwater world of Raja Ampat, we have witnessed just a fraction of the wonder our world holds in reserve. These places are a profound reminder that for all our maps and satellites, the Earth still possesses an immense capacity to surprise and to inspire awe. They are a call to the adventurer that lives within all of us, a whisper of worlds waiting to be discovered. Each of these destinations tells a unique story of geology, adaptation, and survival, a story of life's incredible artistry. Which of these places captured your imagination the most? Was it the alien landscape of Socotra, the crimson lake of Tanzania, or the desert oasis of Peru? I would be fascinated to read your thoughts, so please share in the comments below which of these hidden gems has surprised you the most. The spirit of discovery is endless. There are always more stories to tell, more wonders to uncover. If this journey has ignited your curiosity and your desire to explore, I invite you to subscribe and join me for more adventures into the wild heart of our planet. Thank you for sharing this time with me, for looking, and for wondering. Until we meet again, may you continue to seek out the beauty that lies hidden all around us.